We begin tonight's show by playing out excerpts from the conversation that Veer Sanghvi had with corporate lobbyist Radia. The tapes were first carried by Open Magazine and then by Outlook. The conversation happened on the 20th of June 2009, a Saturday. It discusses points that should be part of Veer Sanghvi's Sunday column Counterpoint. Let's hear it.
On 15th of June 2009, the Bombay High Court directed Mukesh's RIL to honour the agreement with Anil's RNRL that was part of the Dhirubhai Ambani family's asset division. The matter was soon to be escalated to the Supreme Court, but before that happened, and barely 5 days after the High Court direction, Radia was in touch with senior journalist Veer Sanghvi. They discussed options for her client Mukesh Ambani, one of them being an interview to the media.
Yeah. But Mukesh has to be on board. He has to sort of realize, but it has to be fully scripted.
No, that's what I mean. I think that's what he's asking me.
Yeah, it has to be fully scripted.
What he's saying is, look, Neera, I don't want anything extempo.
No, it has to be fully scripted. I have to come in and do a run through within the form. We have to rehearse it before the cameras come in.
Yeah.
Then it's worth it.
After this, the conversation veers towards more direct involvement of the journalist. Veer Sanghvi talks to Radia about what he should write in his column, Counterpoint, on the English daily Hindustan Times.
Here, the culture of, if we set up a power plant in Shahpur, which Rohit will brief you, or is setting up a power plant in Dadri, one would ask the question, have you actually even done anything for those people, even though you're taking their land from them?
Yeah.
I can say today, with my hand on my heart, that whether it is Kalinganagar where we are fighting the Maoists, or whether it is Singur where we fought Mamta, we continued doing work, whether our plan came up or not, eventually.
Exactly.
So when you say...
what kind of story do you want? Because this will go as counterpoint, so it will be like most read. So it can't seem too slanted, yet it's an ideal opportunity to get all the points across.
But basically the point is that what has happened as far as the High Court is concerned is a very painful thing for the country, because this is what he's done is against national interest.
Okay.
I think that's the underlying message.
Okay. Yeah, that message will do. That the allocation of resources, which are scarce national resources of the poor country, cannot be done in this arbitrary fashion to benefit few rich people.
That's right.
Yes, that message will get across. But what other points do we need to make?
I think we need to say that it's a lesson for the corporate world that they need to think through whenever they want to look at this, whether they really seriously do give back to society.
So I will link it to the election verdict. The fact that there's been so much NREGA, that Sonia has committed to including everybody, that it should be inclusive growth, it shouldn't just benefit a few fat cats, it shouldn't be cronyism, it shouldn't be arbitrary, that how the message for this 5 years of Manmohan Singh should be that you have to put an end to this kind of allocation of scarce resources on the basis of corruption and arbitrariness at the cost of the country, otherwise the country will not forgive you.
Yeah, but Veer, you have to keep in mind that the fact that he's been given the gas field by the government to operate, he spent $10 billion on it.
Okay.
Anil Ambani is getting the benefit of without spending a cent on it.
I'll make those points.
In the conversation that follows, Radia very clearly highlights the points that should be part of Veer Sanghvi's article the next day, June 21st, 2009.
Yeah, but you want to say that, more importantly, that here a family MOU has taken precedence over national interest. And what the judge has done, you'll have to attack the judge here, because the judge what he's done is he's given preference to an MOU. He's held on to the MOU and said, okay, this has to be implemented. Yeah. But he's forgotten what's good. Therefore, it raises a bigger constitutional issue. Which is natural resources is really a constitutional issue. It's to do with the country and the nation.
It's not between two brothers in their fight.
It's not, and therefore the judge's interpretation of an MOU it cannot be the basis on this way, how we can proceed on these sort of issues. Yeah. You have to attack the fact that the judge has only gone into the MOU. His entire briefing his entire judgment is on the basis of the MOU.
Yeah.
And therefore, judgment between two family members cannot be how you decide the future.
Okay. Let this Rohit come. Let me explain to him, then I'll talk to you and tell you what line I'm taking.